Hey, Brad.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good. You on the beach?
Trying to be.
Hey, did you the SBA loan thing that I'm gonna apply for starts on Friday. That's the application.
Yeah, so here's the thing, though. Like, Emily and I were just talking about it. I just reread over everything, and it seems slightly different than what I was originally told. So I would get like 2.5 times the amount of my average payroll.
Right.
So let's say that's $45,000, okay, for us. That has to sustain me for the next 2 to 3 months, including my rent and utilities.
Right. Well, yes, but it's kind of worse than that. You get 100% of what you use for payroll over for 8 weeks gets forgiven. Beyond that 8 weeks, we don't know if it gets forgiven or not. And if it's not used for payroll, only up to 25% may be forgiven. So like when I'm doing it, I'm not including the rent the $300 for rent. Like I'm not going to do that. Like, cause I'm not going to deal with only 25% of that being forgiven. It's not worth
Well, that's
it.
why I might even just apply for the other loan with the 3.75% interest rate, because if I got to pay my full rent,
Yeah.
I can't do that shit.
No. And it's like, you have to use it within 8 weeks. So I'm only applying for 2 months worth of salary for me. And the other thing I don't understand is, so what comes out of my account to pay me my salary, what comes out of my business account is like 7,500, but what I see is only 4,000 because 3,500 is withholding. So I didn't know whether to include that or not. I'm
I think you
including it.
include the full amount, because if I was to run payroll, if you're paying yourself as a W-2 employee, which it sounds like you are,
Yeah,
okay, you need to pay the full amount, because I think they're still going to withhold that amount.
they will. So, and
So
that's going to,
you pay yourself your salary.
yeah. So I'm going to do it, but yeah, I mean, for you, it would only cover 8 weeks of payroll, but then all your other stuff.
And then like I have to find out, like, is that supposed to cover like do I have to pay the part-time employees that are currently not doing anything? Because if so, then I definitely can't fucking do it. And that loan makes 0 cents,
Yeah, I didn't look for that.
Yeah, it's not as, when they said it to me originally, I was like, oh, this is great. This is free money, right? It's not that simple.
Yeah. For me, it's free money.
Yeah, because you got to pay yourself.
Yeah. And the only catch is when it's
Your
forgiven.
rent is minimal.
Yeah.
Not
When it's forgiven, it's taxable income.
right.
Bradley, do you want me to send you, I took a webinar yesterday from Greater New Orleans Foundation about all this. Do you want me to email you the PowerPoint?
Yeah, I'd love that, Bradley at Roux. This, because I mean, I talked to my banker yesterday, and then I got all of the other paperwork today, and it's not as nice and neat as it was told to me yesterday. So.
Yeah, this is all bulleted. I kind of lost track because it's not, what I do with the office. I was just trying to learn more, but it might be helpful. So I'll send it to you later.
Cool. Jonathan, the show is yours, buddy.
Unmute him.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, buddy. There you go.
Thank you. How come you have a nice backdrop, man? You look good.
It makes everybody else happy when seeing the waves in the background.
Why is your shirt on in this? I mean, I know it's definitely not real because your shirt would be off, even not if at the beach.
It's chilly outside.
It is a little cool outside, yeah. Yeah.
I even recorded tomorrow's workout with my shirt on today.
Wow.
And I look better today than I did yesterday. So, you know.
I like it. I like it. So hi guys. Thank y'all for dialing in. Brad, did you just take your shirt off or pants off or what's going on over there? It's a hot yoga session over there or what? So guys, I wanted to make this interactive and I wanted it to be for y'all. So I don't have like a specific flow planned, but if there's anything that you would like us to address as far as some mobility movements or some things that you could work on, I am here to go. Since Brad is an epic shit show of mobility issues, we're gonna start without Brad. That's you, right, Debbie? I'm ready for it.
Jonathan, you want me to just go around and like facilitate it and unmute somebody and then do something and then we can do a movement? Does that work?
I mean, you can unmute everybody and just make it interactive. I mean,
well, it's going to be tough. So,
okay.
Who wants to go first? Anybody want to go first? Raise your hand.
How many people are here? Just Debbie and Brad, right?
No, we got 9 people.
Okay, I don't see the other 9. Who else we got?
Go to the top right corner of your video and click gallery view.
Kingston, shut up.
Oh, wow. What's up, guys?
All right, Chelsea, what's something you want to work on?
My hips are tight.
All right, let's do the hips.
I can't fix your tan.
Oh.
No. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do, I want y'all just to follow along as long as you can see me. So we'll go through a little bit of a sequence for hips, okay? So just let me know if all this makes sense, if you're able to get in these positions. If you have any questions along the way, don't hesitate to ask, okay? So first, what we're going to do is I want you to get on your hands and knees, and I want you to spread your knees wide, wider than your hips. I want you to feel a little bit of a pull in your groin area, okay? So from there, I just want you to rock back nice and easy 10 times, okay? And then we'll rock forward. So from this angle here, nice and easy, and then rock forward. You should have your knees spread apart enough to where you feel a pull in your groin. I don't want any pinching in the front of the hips, just some pulling in the inner thighs. Does everybody feel a stretch there? Thumbs up if you feel a stretch. So guys, from there, 10, what I want you to do, nice and easy, bring one leg out to the side, okay? And you can keep your foot flat. You don't have to roll up on your toes like Coach Kevin does in his Cossack. We can keep our foot flat here for mobility purposes and rock back here nice and easy and then rock forward. So we'll do 10 times there. You should feel it. If you widen out the leg that is bent, you'll still feel it in the groin, but you should feel a nice little pull in through here, okay? Just nice and easy, guys. The mobility stuff is meant to be slow and gentle. We don't want to force anything or be too aggressive with it, okay? So 10 there, and then we'll switch sides. Is Nicole just doing a full split? Nice. So after 10, I want you to switch sides, okay, guys? Everybody good? You did 10? Y'all felt stretches there? So now what I want you to do, let me angle this down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my left knee in front of my left hip and make a 90-degree angle here. My right knee is going to be out to the side in front of my right hip with a 90-degree angle there. Is everybody okay in that position? Some of you might feel a stretch just in this position. Is everybody good there? So what I want you to do is I want you to take, if my left leg is forward, I want my right hand and I want to reach directly in front of my knee. So watch me here. I'm going to reach and try to get my chest to my knee. And then what I want to do is come back and put my hands back here. I'm going to rotate the other way without moving my feet and do the same thing there. So you'll go here, opposite hand forward over the front leg. And then you're just going to reverse it. You can put your hands back to reverse it. So 10 total, guys. Once you've done your 10 there, I want to see, this is going to be a little bit more of a challenge, okay? So what we're doing is we were using our hands to lean back, and now I want to take our hands out, and I want to see what we can do here without that. So I'm going to have my hands here, and I want to see if I can rotate this way, sitting upright, and maintain those positions. Try not to move your feet. There you go, Chelsea, better. Good job, y'all. How's everybody doing with this one? This one's kind of hard.
Yeah.
How was that one, guys? Was that one kind of hard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
What's so? Come here.
Was that okay? Did y'all feel stretches there?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. So I want you to start here on, and what we're gonna do.
You're good, Jonathan.
Okay, so we're gonna start here on both knees. What we're gonna do, I really liked what Bradley did the other day with that groin opener. So we're gonna add that in for a little hip. What I wanna do is we're gonna step wide with this leg here, and I really want you to sink in and push that back leg back a little bit more. And what I want you to do is try to sink your knee forward here. So you should feel a stretch here and a pull here. And in this position, I want you to push. I want you to squeeze your butt and pull your left leg out, keeping your big toe down, and then come back in. Try that 10 times. But be rocked forward a little bit so that back leg is back behind you. How's everybody with that one, okay? So what I want you to do after your 10, you're going to switch sides, same thing. You want to keep that 3 points of contact, big toe, little toe, and heel. Left leg's going to be back behind you. You want to rock forward over those hands, and you're going to bring that hip or that right knee out to the side 10 times. How was that there, guys? So what we're gonna do here is I want you to sit into the bottom of the squat. And if you have to hold on to something to keep an upright torso, I'm okay with that. But what I want you to do here is I want you to take your right elbow. I want you to push. I want you to push your right knee out to the side. And we go here, you'll push your left knee out. Right. How's everybody doing?
That's trouble staying in the squat.
So if you have to hold on to something to keep you more upright, I do that too as far as some of the goes. Good job, y'all. So, who wants to go next? So I covered some hips. Did that, Chelsea, was that sufficient enough? Was that okay? All right, so who wants to go next?
Just raise your hand. All right.
Hey, I had texted Jonathan about some lower back stuff from like sitting on the couch working on my computer. Any stretches for that?
Okay, so you're sitting on the sofa. Are a lot of y'all sitting on the sofa doing computer work right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so usually what happens is with sofas, like you're going to be relaxed. Your knees are probably going to be a little bit higher than your hips. You're going to be hanging out in a lot of lumbar flexion, so to speak, the rounding, which would just be knees higher than the hips. It would be the same as if you were bending forward to bring your chest down to like tie your shoes. So let's go through a little bit of back stuff here, okay? So we can start off first in the same position here. And what we're gonna do, we've done the cat camel before, but now we're gonna do it for our lower back. So all I want you to do is I want you to stick your butt out and then just curl underneath from here, not trying to get your whole spine. So curl, flatten, curl, and flatten, thinking of focusing on the lower back. Try 10 of those.
I like that.
I bet you do. So yeah, guys, just moving from the low back there, just nice and easy. Think of moving each segment. All right, guys, now watch me here, okay? So now we're going to do the regular cat camel, okay? We're looking for flexion and extension of the whole spine. So watch here. What I want you to do is you're going to curl your chin and curl your butt and press away and try to arch your back as much as possible. And then I want you to stick your butt out and let your chest come down and pull your head away here. I don't want you to look up. Really pull your head away here. So it's going to be curl and press, chest down, head away, head away, head away as much as you can. Let's try 10 of those, nice and easy. Really try to get as big an arch as possible and then flatten out. Everybody doing okay? So I know we talked about stretches for the low back, but everything is connected. So all the time we spent working on the hips actually helps the low back too, Summer, okay? So guys, watch this next one, okay? So what I want you to do is I'm gonna get you to lay on your side, Your front leg is going to be forward. You're going to take your bottom hand and hold your thigh of your front leg. I want you to take this first hand or top hand here, slide it along the ground as far as you can go, and then I want you to pull it up towards your chest, rotate back, keeping that knee down, and reach behind you. And you can keep your head down the entire time. So we'll do 10 of these here, and again, it's nice and slow. So you're going to lay on your side. Whatever leg is on top is going to be bent up to 90 degrees. Your bottom hand is going to be holding that knee. Your top hand is going to reach out in front of you, come back, put it on your chest. You're going to rotate your torso back and reach back behind you. Nice and easy. Try to keep that knee on the ground. Try to keep that top knee on the ground. There you go. Yeah, if you keep pressure on that top knee, it really kind of tightens everything up and you're going to feel more of a stretch. After 10, switch sides, guys. I love how Brad and Nicole are synchronized. Good job, y'all. And I got another one here for you. So the next one I have, guys, is going to be more of a, it's like a control drill, but you might feel some stretching with it. So it's going to be here, rib cage stays down, and you're going to bring your knees to the side, keeping your top or hand behind you on the ground, touch, and then nice and easy, come back and touch here. And you might feel a stretch all the way into your upper back, okay? But this is nice and slow. Don't do anything forceful. Try 12 total, so it's 6 each side. How's everybody doing, okay? Summer, how was that? Those work? Okay. Miss Debbie, what would you like?
Kind of related, neck from
Neck,
sitting.
okay. So one thing that we can do here, if you're seated a lot, and again, the idea is to get out of this position a little bit. So anytime you're sitting for a long period of time, that's usually the position we assume or that we get into. The idea would just to be to reverse that a little bit, okay? So I'll go through a little bit of a sequence. I'm gonna change my computer position here and show you a few things you can do from a seated position. Say if you want to sit up on the edge of the couch, or if you're working at your computer, some things to work on, okay? So I'm going to change my position here so I can sit on something for you guys. All right, you got me? So what we can start is, if you're here in your chair, you can take your hands and put them here on your shoulders. And what I want you to do is take your traps and kind of pull them forward a little bit. So it's going to be like a big arch where you're just pulling. I'm going to start here, take up the slack. I'm going to pull my elbows down a little bit. Okay. And then from there, what I want you to do is you're going to retract back here as far back as you can, and then look up to the ceiling. So you're going to take up the tissue here. You're going to bring your head back this way as far as you can, and then look up to the ceiling. Try 10 of those for me, guys. Nice and easy. You're just going to give yourself a little bit of a hug, pull those traps forward a little bit, and the head is going straight back here. So guys, remember, the head goes, you're not just doing this. You're not just looking up. I want you to go back, 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 and then look up some. So some of the cues I usually give is pretend that
Jonathan, unmute yourself.
Can y'all hear me? Thank God I'm pretty, huh? So let's do this. So guys, one of the cues I'll give is I'll say, pretend there's a pair of sweaty socks in your face and you want to get away, 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 away from them, not just like look up and have your nose drag in front of them, okay? So again, back, 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 and then all the way up. Good, Debbie. So guys, another one that we could do would be to have your hands, interlock them behind your head. And now what I want you to do here is I want you to bring your elbows up to the ceiling, and you're going to feel that more in the middle of your back. So think of leading with the elbows up to the ceiling, and then I want to curl my elbows down towards my hips. So essentially, this is like a cat-camel in seated. So I'm going to elbows up to the ceiling, elbows down to my hips, and letting myself round there, kind of like I'm slouching. Everybody good with that one? So what I want y'all to do, can you hear me now or no? Okay. So another one that we can do, and you don't have to do it right now, I'm just giving you an option, right? So if you're sitting in your desk and you have like a folded up beach towel, that would be perfect to squeeze in between your thighs. So if you don't have that, that's okay. You can try this here, sitting in a chair, even on the floor. You'll interlock your hands here. And what I want is I want your elbows back. So what I want you to do is I want you to rotate your torso. So I'm rotating to the left. Once I get there, I'm then trying to side bend in that position. And then I'll rotate a little bit more. Side bend in that position, rotate a little bit, and then side bend. So you want to rotate as far as you can go and then side bend. So I'm twisting or twist, 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 and then I'm trying to side bend back. Take up all that slack with the twist first, guys, ladies, Brad. We wearing you out, Kristen, or what? How was that, Debbie? All that was okay? What we got next? I'm avoiding you, Kristen. So Taylor liked that one. I like that. So what we'll do here is we'll do a little bit of something for the shoulders. What I want y'all to do is everybody sit with their back up against the wall, okay? So, can everybody see me here? So I'm sitting with my legs crossed, okay? So one thing we can do here shoulder-wise is we can have our hands, our palms facing each other, all right? So keep your upper back on the wall. Try to keep as much as your lower back on the wall as possible. You're gonna lift your arms up here and try to get your hands to touch the wall. From there, I want you to rotate your palms forward so the back of your hand is on the wall, and then I want you to bring your elbows down here, keeping your upper back and forearm and elbows on the wall. You're gonna come down here, like pinch into your sides, and then you're gonna press back up. So from here, you're essentially doing like a pull down, but try to keep those forearms and hands on the wall as close as possible. And keeping that upper back on the wall as well. Kristen, try to put that hand on the wall. From there, what you can do is try to keep the elbows here and just rotate back. Keep the elbows on the wall, keep the upper back on the wall, and then rotate down. Just nice and easy here. So try 10 of those. Shoulder, neck, back. What you want next, Miss Amy?
I don't have any requests.
Okay. Miss Taylor, do you have any requests? No? Ashley, do you have any requests? Yes, no.
Debbie, are you good? All right.
Brad, Nicole?
I was gonna say the trap neck, but that's been done. She said.
But so here's another one for the trap neck, okay, guys? So if you had hold on one second. If you had a towel, and you don't have to run and get a towel. Oh, very good, Debbie. If you had a towel, what you can do is roll it up, or a belt, okay? And you can put it over your shoulder. And I'll show you here. So my front hand is going to be I'm pulling straight down here. And my back hand is also pulling straight down. So the pressure is straight down on the shoulder, guys, okay? So the pressure, Kristen, that's not going to work, but I like it. So the pressure is going to be straight down. You saw my hands, right? So if it's tight for my right hand to get back there, maybe I switch my hands up to get in that position. The pressure is straight down on the towel. And what we can do first is we'll do this. I'm just going to bring my right ear towards my right shoulder, keeping my nose forward. So try 10 of those. Nice and easy. Go where you can. And the towel is there for like a stabilizing force pulling down. So when I go, my whole shoulder doesn't come up with me. So just nice and easy. And then after your 10 side bends, you can rotate and look down at your right hip. So turn your head to the right as far as you can go, then look down at the right hip, and then you'll come back. And you do that 10 times.
Is that band working?
And after your 10 there, let's switch sides. Yeah, good, guys. So when you side bend, remember, just the ear going to the side. I don't want your nose coming off the front here, so just ear to the side, back, ear to the side, back, and then we'll switch it up.
Summer,
So,
did
Kristen,
you take your shirt off to use that for this exercise?
Who, me?
Oh, okay.
Kristen, bring your towel closer to your shoulder.
It's so hot for this mobility session.
It's so hot. That's what he said.
I see you're no longer on. Bradley, is your shirt off now?
Bradley, if you don't turn your camera on, we're going to assume you're doing bad things.
Nice. Shane, where you at?
I'm reading about Zoom.
Nice. What's up, Shane?
Nothing.
So, guys, anybody have anything else?
Hammy.
Nicole said hamstrings.
Hammy.
So, okay. So I will show some hamstring stuff, but the girl who asked for hamstrings should not be stretching her hamstrings at all. I'm just pointing that out there. Disclaimer.
Wait, why?
Okay, guys, I'm just going to let you know this, and I'm not trying to be an ass, but if you can stand up and you can palm the floor, you don't need to stretch your hamstrings. If you can, did you hear me?
I did, but I don't understand.
Okay, so if you can palm the floor, or if you can stand on the 14-inch box at the gym and still touch the floor, Nicole, your hamstrings are not tight. They're probably craving some stability and give you a sense of tightness.
Burn.
Can you walk us through that a little bit more? I just think that's an interesting point. I'd love to hear like some more like science behind that.
So it's not necessarily like just the hamstrings, but that's usually like a great example because a lot of people will say, oh, my hamstrings feel super tight. So what they do is they'll stretch them and stretch them and stretch them. And then it gets to the point where like the stretch feels good. It feels good for about 15 minutes. And then they feel like they constantly have to stretch them. Usually that chronic or persistent tightness of a muscle that could be in your upper traps in your neck, somewhere in your shoulder, is usually a weak muscle that is looking to create stability and it's fatigued. But I mean, I'm talking because I've seen Nicole do stupid things, not like, well, just like she's got stupid flexibility, right? So she's got all that range of motion, but at the same part, she has to control all that range of motion too. So I think she does lack some stability probably in the lumbopelvic region. And that's maybe if you saw her at the gym probably a couple months ago where she always looked like she was tied up. She had the band around her knees for like ever. So they were trying to, with that, they were trying to create some control and stability around the hips is the big thing that they were focusing on with the band around the thighs. But yeah, so guys, if you have a muscle that you constantly stretch and you've been stretching it for a couple months or a couple years and it still feels constantly tight, we need to look elsewhere in what we're doing for those muscles.
Nicole, he's saying you're super flexible.
Yeah, I know.
On the flip side, Brad is not.
Yeah. What would you say, like, I'm flexible enough on that I don't have to stretch?
Nothing.
I don't even know, bro. I think you need to mobilize before you try to comb your hair. So I don't really, I don't know. You're this big old rigid muscle man. No, but it's not. So Nicole, you have a background in gymnastics, right?
Dance and circus, yeah.
So, I mean, but that's not uncommon. You'll see it like with gymnasts or different things. You'll have those two ends of the spectrum. Somebody for Brad, which Brad needs a lot of mobility, and he's done a great job. So if y'all would have seen Brad when he first started CrossFit, when he came from his traditional T-Nation, I'm wearing military boots and short shorts with a flannel cutoff shirt working out, to where he is now, he's really gained a lot of mobility over the course of time. So what's interesting is true mobility restrictions take time and effort to build, whereas some motor control stuff will take less time, which Nicole is more of a motor control person, meaning she needs some stability in her body's trying to create tension to support different positions. I lost everybody, didn't I? Awesome. Thanks, Bradley. Guys, did y'all find that beneficial? Did we cover some areas that y'all have some stuff to work on, like to move with? Was there any particular one stretch? Ooh, I can leave y'all with a good one. Y'all want me to leave y'all with a good one?
Yes.
And maybe for this good one, I'm going to demo the position. And then, Brad, what I want you to do is I want a close-up of Nicole doing it. And then, Nicole, I want a close-up of Brad doing it, just so y'all can see, like, the struggle of balance in that household is pretty crazy. Cool? Right. Hey, Annie. So here we go, guys. So it's a pretzel. Brad, you've done this before, right, Brad?
What?
This stretch. So here we go. Watch this. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay on your side like we did that other stretch here. But what you're going to do, you're going to take your top hand and hold this here. Your bottom hand is going to grab your back ankle. And then, hold on. So top knee up towards your chest, top Top hand grabs your top knee. Bottom hand grabs your back ankle, and you pull that leg back, and then you try to get your top shoulder down to the ground.
All right.
Why are you getting close up? That's just my bum.
So, Nicole, pull your top knee up a little bit more. Can you put that knee on the ground? There you go. And is your top shoulder on the ground?
No.
Is it close?
It's close-ish.
I think you're the closest right now. Debbie, can you put your top knee on the ground? That's a pretty tough one, huh, guys?
That's good. The other side.
I want to Brad.
Sorry, y'all. My daughter pissed on herself.
Oh.
I'm surprised I could grab that foot.
Oh, look at him.
Now try to get that top shoulder back.
That's it.
And keep that knee down. I knew that would get him.
Tap tap.
That's a tough one, guys. That's a tough one. So you're getting top hip flexion, bottom hip is getting some extension with some knee flexion. Then you're getting some lumbar flexion and thoracic spine rotation. That's a tough one.
Apparently we're done here.
Yeah, I see that. Guys, what other questions do y'all have? I really appreciate y'all jumping on and letting me facilitate a mobility session. But that's kind of, I don't have any like flows planned. I kind of want to make it into what y'all are feeling and need at the time to give y'all some stuff to do on your own and maybe just some ideas of different movement strategies throughout the course of the day. Any questions, y'all?
Are we going to do this again?
Yes, Saturday, 10 a.m. And then next week, this will be a weekly thing.
Okay. Yay.
Yeah, guys, if y'all have any questions or feedback for me, y'all can let Bradley know. Y'all can shoot me a text and let me know anything I can change to make it better. What you liked, what you didn't like, I'd appreciate that too, so I can get better as we go through these things.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank
Awesome,
you.
y'all.
Great
Thank
day.
you. Thank you.
It was great to see everybody.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Bye.